All right, guys, we are back with the Redu format semifinals at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas, between Tobi on the left playing Dark World and myself on the right playing Windups. This tournament was 5 rounds of Swiss to the top 4. We had 17 players. Tobi went X1. I actually think Tobi lost round 1. Maybe he either lost round 1 or round 2. Fought all the way back to the semifinals. Well, I was the 1 seed. We'll see if the 1 seed curse continues. All right, so here it comes. I go Tour Guide into Zen Mighty. I actually don't normally make this play turn 1, but like I haven't played Windups in like 12 years. So I haven't practiced Redu format at all. This is not even my deck. My shout out to John Vigil. Not only did he let me borrow deck, I think he let Tobi borrow his deck. John Vigil loaned out like 7 decks. Lou loaned out like 6. That's why we were able to run this tournament with 17 players. All right. So he's going to MST my back row. Yeah, so I was my game plan was like to protect my carrier so I can use it again the following turn. And unfortunately, he had the MST from my D prison. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so I have Sang. If you saw my hand, I have like 2 rabbits and a Sangan. So instead of summoning the tour guide, I could have summoned Windup Rabbit, but instead I chose just to summon. I was thinking I'm gonna protect my carrier, and then bring out Magician the following turn. I have Card D. Okay, so yeah, I see my hand. That's one of the reasons why I didn't summon Card D first turn was, again, I didn't want to draw into my second tour guide because I only played 2 tour guide and 1 Sangan, but maybe I should have taken the risk. Okay, so here Tobi Trans Archfiends. Discard Snow, activates Drag Me Down. All right, so yeah, you can see my hand here. Card D, 2 rabbits, and a Sangan. Yeah, I had a lot of options with my opening hand. Like, I could have just summoned Rabbit and passed. I could have summoned Car. Maybe I should have summoned Car. I think the reason why I didn't was because I didn't want to draw my other tour guide since I opened Sangan. If I hadn't opened the Sangan, I probably would have summoned tour guide turn 1. Okay, so Tobi decides to target my Windup Rabbit with Grapha's effect. And I chain Rabbit, and now he runs over my carrier. Okay, stand by, bring back a Windup Rabbit. All right, let's see. Here comes the second Rabbit. XYZ summon into Zen Mains. And I try to crash into the Trans Archfiend because yeah, that thing gets something back when it, like, one of your banished cards. And then I'm going to go to end phase, and Tobi's going to he's going to Reckless before I proceed to the end phase, and then end phase I'm forced to pop my own Zen Mains. All right, so now Tobi's draw is locked. He skips his first draw phase for Reckless. Now Tobi summons Beige, bounce back Beige to special summon Grapha from his graveyard. But like, I can tell Tobi's hand is kind of bad. So, like, I think I have to get aggressive. Yeah, I have to get aggressive now. But unfortunately, not with this hand. Yeah, all I can do is set Sangan. So here, Tobi summons Beige. And attacks with Beige into Sangan. Sangan effect, search, Shark. And unless if he's afraid of Gores, let's see if he attacks with Grapha. I'm going to guess he did. Okay, here comes Pot Average. Oh, that was huge. Because now I can recycle Zen Mighty. I can recycle Tour Guides. Put back a Rabbit. And the Zen Mains. Yeah, because I don't want to... See, it's different when you have 2 Tour Guides compared to 3. I know a couple people in the Chaos Dragon decks, they play Night Assailant. But I just play 2 Tour Guide, 1 Sangan. That's it. Maybe. It might be worth it to add the other Fiend. Like, maybe a Tour Bus. Okay, so here comes Magician Shark, the combo. The Shock Lock combo, but I don't think I'm going to Shock Lock him here. And just for everyone, I just want everyone to know, again, mentioned this at the beginning. I haven't played this format in 12 years. I remember when because I tell this story all the time when it comes to Windups. The only regional I've ever gone undefeated at, I went 10-0. Because we actually, no. Yes, 10-0. We actually used to play out top 8 back then. Yeah, I went 10-0. And I remember I would sit at home and I would just practice the lines with windups. And yeah, so Windup's one of my all-time favorite decks. So you can see I'm taking a long time because I remember how to make Shockmaster. You go the popular imperative, bring out the rat, switch it to attack mode. Like I remember that line, but I remember how to OTK. But it's much harder. It's much harder with upstarts. Like back then, because I topped 2 regionals back to back during 2012, and I remember I only ran 2 upstarts because 3 was getting like it's harder to OTK. I thought about doing that in Edison format too. So I go for Adrius. So here, I don't have Utopia in my extra deck, which it kind of hurt me really bad because if I had made Utopia, I just don't have one in my extra deck because again I borrowed this deck, but it's my fault because I sent John the list and I just forgot about Utopia. Because I would have made Utopia and Adrius, and then if he tries to bounce back for Grapha, I can negate the attack and then pop the Grapha with Adrius. But we'll see if it matters. It all depends on what he draws. Okay, he drew Dark World Dealings. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I made the Utopia because he was going to pop my Utopia with Grapha anyway. So instead he pops my Adrius. So how much did Tobi take there? He took 1,000 from the Adrius, and then he took 18 direct. So we're at 62 to 63. Second upstart. I think we both double upstart each other, right? Okay, so here comes Beige. Bounce back for Grapha. Brings back Grapha. Yeah, this is not looking too bad because Tobi has all monsters in his hand. So he runs over, or tries to run over my Maestroke, but Maestroke protects itself. So I take what? 900? All right, now here comes Tour Guide. Tour Guide, bring out the other Tour Guide. So I'm debating on going Carrier. Basically, do I think his back row is real? One thing I want to look at is I'm gonna check at the end of the video to see like what the standard Dark World trap lineup is. So I go Factory. So yeah, both will. So Factory or Carrier bring out Rat. Factory add Shark. Activate Rat's effect. Bring back Shark. Special summon Shark. Book his Grapha. And then I'm gonna go Zenmayo, pop both. He chains another Reckless. Oh, he just drew card destruction off that Reckless Greed. So hit him for 18, 15, and 26. So 13 to 64. And I pass to Tobi. So Tobi's under Reckless once again. So Tobi plays card destruction. Yeah, I remember this card destruction hurt me really bad because I had a bunch of follow-up in my hand. I had 2 rats in my hand, and then now I have no more follow-up left in my deck. And he drew the card destruction off the Reckless Greed. And my Avarice is gone, so yeah, I have no more follow up, and he's gonna be able to wipe my board. I didn't see. I mean, he could have he could have dragged me down. Okay, here comes Upstart, and got rid of one of the rats, but I didn't think he would get rid of both of them. All right, here comes Heavy. I mean, that's fine. Heavy of Factory. Now he's at 13 and my 74. He's only got a few cards in his hand. Well, Beige is going to run over my Carrier. So bounce back Beige, bring Special Summon Grapha from the graveyard. And then summon Tour Guide. At least he can't make a Levier play. Does he have another? Oh, I think he has 2 Graphas in there. Yeah, he does. So he'll be able to bounce back the Brow. Yeah, bounce back the Brow. Special summon the second Grapha. Yeah, I don't think I can win. Me just knowing windups from 12 years ago, and now that all my Andy drags me down. Okay, so I have Heavy, MST, Upstart. He got rid of Upstart. He knows how powerful that card is in my hand. But to be honest, I don't think I have any outs. Looking at my hand, Heavy MST. He's going to wipe my board. He can just leave the Maze Stroke up. It's not a threat anymore. So just clear the Rat and the Carrier. Even the Zenmayo, you can leave it up. It's not a threat. Yeah, just get rid of... If I'm Tobi, I'm just getting rid of the Rat and the Carrier. The other two are irrelevant. You know I have Heavy MST. What's taking Tobi so long? Tobi's not really someone who plays slow. He usually plays pretty quick. But it is Dark World. I mean, both our turns take kind of a long time. So here comes Monster Reban. Monster Reban. Brings back Trance Archfiend. Man, he is just... Yep, discard Brow for Trans Archfiend. Activate Gates. So all his fiends will be boosted. Yeah, now he's going to wipe my board. It's not game, but... You know I have Heavy MST, so he runs over my Zenmayo. Runs over my Maze Stroke. Again, Heavy MST. Staring down this board, I don't think I can win. So he hits me for 27. And then he ran over the Zenmayo for 300. Yes, 300. And then here comes Eradicator, call spells, and I just pick up my cards. So... Yeah, I think there was like some small decisions that I made. Again, this is my first Redu tournament, but there was like, I did not play my best that game. Like, turn 1, I shouldn't have summoned the Tour Guide. I should have just summoned Karkar D and just risk draw. My thought process was, I don't want to draw into my Tour Guide, but I should have just risked it. I should have just summoned Karkar, risk drawing into my second Tour Guide, and here comes Magician Shark. Also, there was another play late in the game where I had 2 rats in my hand and the Tour Guide. I should have summoned the rat instead of the Tour Guide. But again, it's the same thing that happened turn 1 where I wanted to get the Tour Guide out of my deck. But looking back at it, I should have just went rat, bring back something to trigger my factory. So yeah, 2 small mistakes. Again, I haven't played this format in a while, but next time I'll do better. All right, so here he's going to get Shock Locked. This is a Shock Lock play for those guys who maybe don't know. So Tobi's going to get Shock Mastered. And what do you call against Dark World when you Shock Master them? I have like 2 trap cards, so I have to decide either spells or monster effects. And I think I called monster effects because in my head I'm thinking if I call spells, he can still make some plays. Like he can still go summon Tour Guide. He can still go summon Trance Archfiend. I felt monster effects like if he can't use his monster effects, his spell cards are all -1s. Like Drag Down's a -1. Dark World Dealing's a -1. His if he card destructions me, you can see here that's what I'm debating. He card destructions me, none of his Dark Rolls will trigger. So I thought that calling monster effects was correct. If he draws a 1 Dark Hole, he draws a 1 Dark Hole. But here he did draw the 1 heavy, which is unfortunate. But at least it wasn't Dark Hole. So now Tobi sets 3 and passes. So now I have to decide, what do I call? Now against Dark World, what do you call? He sets 3 back row. I'm probably assuming he has like because game one, what did we see in Tobi's deck? We saw Reckless Greeds and Eradicator main deck. So I don't know if this deck plays any real trap cards. So it looks like I think I called monster effects. Oh yeah, see I messed up. Yeah, you can see I pointed at it. I was supposed, but then he gets me with the torrential. Yeah, I misplayed so bad. But here comes Pot of Avarice. But one thing that was surprising here was that Tobi, he has skill drain, but chose not to chain it to my Shockmaster effect. So I think we kind of both messed up there. But I think if he would, first of all, I should have used the Carrier's effect first, and then used Shockmaster. But I just got way punished. I didn't see Torrential coming. All right, so now he sets the 3rd back row. So here comes Tour Guide. Tobi flips the skill drain. And then I attack him for 1,000. We'll see if I can get out of this one, but not looking good. Attack him for 1,000, so maybe I can beat him down before he draws out of it. Now here comes Dealings from Tobi. Pitch Magician. Yeah, I remember when I summoned the Tour Guide and he flipped the skill drain. I was kind of shocked because I was thinking, why didn't he skill drain my Shockmaster? He discards Rivalry. Oh yeah, Rivalry's insane against windups. I remember Nate. Whenever we were playing, he was playing windups in Hap format. He would get really mad when I would flip Rivalry against him. Okay, it's not looking too bad because Tobi, it looks like he kind of bricked. So now you see here, I'm just gonna get super aggressive. Oh, okay, you can see here I'm debating on revealing Shark. So no, I choose not to reveal the Shark. So I'm gonna use Rabbit's effect. Factory will still trigger, even though its effect's negated. Search. Okay, so I have Shark. So I choose a Rat. So I probably have an out to the skill drain if I'm searching Rat. So I poke him for 24, just trying to get him low before he draws out of it. But now here comes another Reckless. So double Reckless from Tobi. As far as that turn 1 play with the Shockmaster, I don't think it would have mattered. The only thing I could have done differently was like done the same play, Shockmaster, and then just attack him and not walk into the Torrential. But I didn't think he had Torrential. Because game 1, I didn't see any real traps. The only thing I saw game 1 was the Eradicator and the Reckless Greeds. So here he pops my Factory with Grapha, activates Drag Me Down. So he gets rid of Monster Reband and Beige. Bring back Beige, and then I'm going to Torrential. Oh yeah. See, I'm just punting, man. Yeah, I'm just punting. Here comes Monster Reband. I forgot I had already used rap. This was awful, man. Let me have it in the comments because I did not play well this match. Here comes Allure from Tobi. He banishes the Grapha. But I might still be able to win. Let's see my hand. I have a Dead Factory and another card. Oh, the rat, right? Yeah, I have the rat. So now Tobi summons Beige. Attack for 3,019, so 49. I have Factory Rat. So yeah, I can still get out of this. I think I just drew Shark. So, and here comes Deck Dev. And I just scooped the Deck Dev. Yeah, he changed Deck Dev to my Rat normal summon. So that is game. Tobi with the Swift 2-0. Stops me from trying to get the trying to be the first person winning before. But I think game one was winnable. Game one, I should have, like I said, there's just little decisions that I made that cost me game one. And then game two, the whole Shockmaster play, like I could have maybe just not summoned, but I just didn't see Torrential coming. That's on me. But I'm gonna go to the format library because I don't remember what cards Dark World players play. Like I assumed when I saw his back rows, especially game one, I was thinking, okay, he probably plays Reckless, probably main deck Skill Drain, and probably main decks the Virus Traps. So I'm going here to format library, and I'm looking at the popular main deck cards. See, okay, Torrential is, I like going over, so it's about one Torrential in 38% of the decks. Only one Torrential. Okay, so I guess I should have. So the popular trap cards so Eradicator is the number one most popular trap card in Dark World. 66%. No, sorry. Reckless is in 70% of Dark World decks. Eradicator is in 66. 1. Deck Dev is in 56%. 1. Solemn is in 40%. Skill Drain is in 30%. Okay, so 38% chance. Okay, so that's just something I didn't know. So next time I go up against Dark World, I'm not going to just walk into Torrential. That was my mistake. But that's learning experience. Again, my first time playing Windups in 12 years. Not an easy deck to play. So I think overall, though, I had fun. I went undefeated in Swiss, even though I was a little bit rusty. I don't think I played perfectly in all my matches. The deck's just broken. I mean, I look at it like Windup Factory is 3 Black Whirlwind. Shockmaster's broken. Zen Mighty's broken. What else is broken? Just a lot of the cards. Rabbit. The extra deck. We have access to rank 3s, rank 4s, rank 5s, but we can play a lot of the floodgates, like Level Limit, Deep Fissure, Messenger Piece. That's why I think Windups. It is fragile, though. It is one of the best decks. Definitely, I would put it like top 3 easy. I think it's the best deck, but there are other decks that compete. I think Giriga can be kind of a tough matchup. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. And check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code is my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, one word, all caps. Yep, I'll see you guys next time.